Hey yo, what's up boys and girls? How you doing? In this video I'm gonna show you a patch that I did, which is a multi-effect patch for mastering. Yes, mastering, finally. Everybody loves mastering for some weird reason. The plugins that inspired this patch are multiple. For example, the Brainworks Master Desk, the IK Multimedia one, and others. I don't remember the names. I'll put them on the screen. Let's go see my patch. Don't forget that at the end of the video there's gonna be a little extra gift for my Discord server members, Discord gang. I humbly present you my patch, the Finalizer. Finalizer? The Finalizer. This patch follows my idea of mastering. Every master engineer works in a different way. Everybody wants to know the chain of that master engineer, but the truth is there's no such thing as the perfect mastering chain. Every song is different, every genre is different. This patch allows you to have multiple tools that are not focused on one genre. They're just pretty neutral. Pretty neutral. I can't talk today.
Neutral.
What did I say? So this is what's behind the hood. As you can see on the right side, I purposely put all the main effects so you can go peek and see what you're doing to the track. I'm gonna show you my patch while processing a little loop that I did, a little example. But as a real example, I'm gonna master one of my songs that has been mastered by a professional master engineer. So I'm gonna challenge myself to get a very close result just using my patch. So, my patch. We're gonna follow the flow of the signal, which is multiband compressor, equalizer, de-esser, color, side control, filters, clipper, and limiter. So let's take a quick listen to my example. So the first module is this multiband compressor, which works kind of like the FabFilter Pro-MB, which is my favorite multiband compressor. So as you can see, it's not a multiband compressor, it's a dynamic EQ that acts like a multiband compressor. And with these buttons, you can listen to the area you're processing with this knob. And you can adjust the bands using these little slider, which are connected to each other. So as you can see, if I move this one, it actually moves 2 bells. But if I do that, it's gonna move 2 bells, and that's it. Let's try to individuate the right bands for this track. Okay, this one. Nice. Okay, this one. It's a good thing to go back and listen because, as you can see, they are moving each other a little bit. Okay, usually I like to have those bands moving a little bit. Do not overdo this process because it can be dangerous. And also, as you can see in the top, we have this attack and release function. So the attack, it means that if you increase it, these bands are gonna react to the signal with a certain amount of delay. So you can always peaks pass through just like a compressor. And the release function, of course, it's gonna increase the time the bells go to the default position. Next one, we have the equalizer. Once again, you can go peek and see what it is. I strongly recommend you to not do what I just did. So to watch the EQ you're doing, just keep this one on the back and listen. You can deactivate the equalizer clicking here, for example. Next step, de-esser. This de-esser is not like a de-esser for those 4K, 5K frequencies. It's a full spectrum de-esser, just like the Ozone Spectral Shaper. Let's see what it is. It's a dynamic EQ, but just one bell that you can move across the whole spectrum, and you can listen the area you're affecting. Let's try it. Next step is color. With color, you can click monitor and listen to the parallel signal you're introducing to the track. So let's increase this volume. With tube, you can start saturating. It's a technique that I usually do with a plugin called True Iron, and let's hear what it is. Already we're starting to listen to a lot of distortion. Of course, don't go that far. In my opinion, as soon as you start hearing a strong saturation, stop and hold back a little bit. That's my tip. Let's pull it back a little bit. Great. 0, let's start blending in the signal. So with side control, we have a low cut, which is basically a mono maker. Anything that is below this value is gonna be that mono. You can boost the side information of the whole track or reduce it if it's too wide. And you can boost or cut the very top end. And I forgot to say that you can bypass this effect, but also this one and also this one, clicking here, you know. Then we have filters. With this one, you can just shape the top end, and with this, you can shape the bottom end. You can deactivate both filters by clicking this or this. The next one is Clipper. And Clipper just cut your transients with analog saturation, so you can have less stress on the limiter. Let's listen to it. With this limiter, we're gonna push the whole thing into the ceiling, just like the FabFilter Pro L2. So as you can see, I'm just limiting a little bit. I'm more clipping than limiting. But I feel like there's too much bass. With this patch, the good thing is that you can go back and fix stuff. Final touch is this ceiling. If it's at 0, it means that your ceiling will be at 0. If it's minus 0.3, which is the CD mastering standard, is gonna leave a little bit of headroom. There is, see, there's a little bit of headroom, basically no headroom at all. So that's it. Now, as a final proof, I'm gonna master my track. Let's get into it. So this is the pre-master and this is the mastered version. Of course, there's a huge difference in volume. Let's see if I can achieve a very close result with just my patch. We'll see. So I think I achieved a pretty good result. I'm gonna switch between the two versions so you can tell the differences. I don't know, they sound pretty similar. That was it. Let's go with the little extra patch for my Discord server members. And it's this one. It's called the One Knob Edm Filter, which is a super close clone to this one, which is the One Knob Filter, this preset moderate. It's one of those effects that you find on the DJ mixer, for example. You know that effect? Boom, this patch. And also this kind of filter is used a lot in deep house, chill tracks with a guitar. Make sure you grab the Finalizer, link in the description, and you can grab my One Knob Edm Filter for free on my Discord. And see you next time. Bye bye.